Hello, for this lesson we will be doing learning styles, self-management and team management. You'll be identifying and evaluating self-management and team management while learning about different styles of learning and what type of learner you are. This is an overview of learning styles. So what are learning styles? Learning styles refer to the idea that individuals or students learn best in different ways, a variety of ways. So understanding your own learning style can help you to self-manage as well as learning and working more effectively in a team, which is usually required of students in higher education settings. So here we have a list of different types of learners. There are visual learners, auditory, reading. There are people who prefer reading and writing. And then there are kinesthetic learners who like to physically experience what they are learning. Okay? So the next question is, why is learning or knowing about learning styles, different learning styles, important to you? So this is a good skill to have or develop, to know about your own learning style, find out about your own preferences. This will improve your personal study habits. So if you just followed what the teachers told you before and you found that difficult, maybe it's time to actually sit down and think about and reflect on what type of learner you are. And this will help you to communicate and collaborate in teams and classes, and will guide you in selecting strategies that align with your own learning and when it comes to your academic studies, and strengthen your ability and to become a successful student. So here we have a little task. Using your daily diary and your learning diary, reflect on your own learning experiences and answer the following questions. So, how do you prefer to learn new information? So, do you like to have a thorough read, or hands-on activities, group discussions, actually listening to lectures? So, what is your preferred way of learning? And the second one is, what kind of tasks do you find easiest to complete on your own and why? Okay, so these different examples, which one can you do by yourself? Is it when you're working with others, when you're actually actively finding out about new experiences, or listening to lectures and podcasts? So which one is it? Okay. So here we have an in-depth explanation of different types of learning styles. There are several models of learning styles, but this is the most common one. This is the most common used framework, and it's VARC, the anagram for visual, auditory, reading, writing, kinesthetic. So here we have the explanation of different types. Okay, so visual learners, they like to learn through seeing things, using diagrams and charts. They prefer to observe, learn best through diagrams, charts, written instruction, and demonstrations. Okay, they like colorful things, they use mind maps and flow charts, things that are visually aiding and attractive to look at. Okay. The second one, we have auditory learners. These learners, they like to learn through hearing, so they love listening to lectures. They participate in discussions. So anything that involves listening, you'll find them that they always listen to things. They listen to the radio, they listen to podcasts, they enjoy lectures, they sit there and actually pay attention and absorb the information. Yeah. The strategies are they listen to audio material, engage in group discussions, and they record notes. So you'll find them recording lectures or they do voice recording of themselves when they are taking notes of something. So anything that involves listening and active listening in that case, not just hearing passively. They pay attention to information by listening. Okay. The next one, you have reading or writing. So these people learn through written material. So actually writing and keeping diaries by themselves, or reading, you'll find them always with a book or a notebook. They like to read, they like to write, take notes all the time, and they're not like visual learners, boxes and diagrams and arrows. No, literally words. They take notes by writing. Their notebooks are usually full of words. Okay, because they like to go back and read what they wrote. Okay. So strategies they use are lists, detailed notes, and writing summaries of lectures, for example. Okay. And the final group are kinesthetic learners who learn through physical activity and hands-on experience. These types of learners, they learn through actual hands-on experience. They enjoy building, experimenting, and performing tasks physically. Yeah, so anything that involves with working with your hands, and so usually would be science or chemistry or physics students, you know, people that do engineering, the majority of them are kinesthetic learners. They do a lot of experiments, building, working with wires, working with materials, physically experiencing what they're learning, and learning through practice rather than passive learning. Okay, so they engage in practical work and role playing and active exercises. Okay, so it's a good practice to reflect on what type of learner you are. There are, if you write VARK, V-A-R-K, on Google, search it, do a quiz on what type of learner you are. So VARK questionnaires online will help you find out what type of learner you are. Okay. and this will hopefully help you in your studies. So also another thing to mention is we don't learn by one way only. There is preferred styles, so visual learners will prefer seeing things and looking at diagrams and mind mapping by note taking and stuff like that. But they also might enjoy reading and writing. Yeah. So kinesthetic learners would probably be good auditory learners as well because they like to follow instructions. Okay, auditory learners again might do some reading and writing. Again, reading specifically because they can read out to themselves and listen to their own voice. So yeah, so we have preferred ways of learning, but we as humans would probably use a variety of ways to learn. Not would you would be leaning towards one way, but you would use different styles every once in a while. Yeah, we're not robots in boxes. Okay, so it's always good practice to know more about yourself as a student, what type of learner you are, what do you prefer, and this will help you a lot in your academic studies, especially in higher education setting. This slide is talking about management and learning styles. So here we are talking about different types of management or self-management in education and team management. Because in academic studies in higher education, usually you would have group meetings, or if it's not small seminar classes, there will usually be group assignments, especially if you're doing business studies. You'll have presentations that are group projects. So learning about your applying your learning style to your self and team management skills is important. This will help you find out where in the team you would fit, and also how to manage your studies when it comes to self-management. Okay, so what is self-management? This is when you are applying your learning style to personal goal setting and time management. So this is how you plan and organize and execute tasks to achieve your goals, and also identifying your learning style will help you manage your time and approach to your studies more effectively. Okay, so you tailor your studies and your study strategy based on your strengths. So if you're a visual learner, you will invest more time and energy on making your work look more presentable and easy to understand visually. If you're auditory learner, you would have voice recordings of your own notes to listen back to, or you'll find podcasts similar to your lectures. Nowadays there's even AI programs that can turn your lecture notes into podcasts and you can listen to those. That's another tip for auditory learners. People who like to read and write would look for books or writing their own notes out and summarizing lecture notes. Yeah, kinesthetic learners will do their own skills to enhance their learning experience as well. So knowing about your learning style will help you self-manage and plan for your studies successfully. Okay. And then team management and group dynamics. So in teams, understanding the different learning styles of members can help the group manage their dynamics, and this will improve the way they collaborate and perform a good team. So understanding your learning styles in your team will enable you to choose who could probably be the team leader. So if it was, say you're doing a business sales presentation, so you would need your visual learners to design your presentations and make it look more presentable. You probably have the auditory learners. They would do more of the reviewing the work and listening back, maybe answering questions. They would pick up on you know, interactions and group discussions, or how to pitch the sale. Okay, so knowing the different dynamics in your team group will, and the learning styles of each individual, will put them in better positions in performing well together as a team. Yeah, you'll learn how to assign the roles and tasks based on the team members' learning preferences. Yeah, and this will promote also a successful team because you are communicating with each other and collaborating. Okay, and encourages open communications and feedback, so eventually you'll be more successful and reach your goals. Okay, creating a personal action plan. So here we have action planning. What is action planning? It's personal action plan is a structure that approaches to help you set and achieve your goals based on your strengths, weaknesses, and future aspirations. Okay, so it's good practice to have set specific, measurable goals that are easily attainable. So, what are the ways you can create this plan? The first one is identifying your strengths and weaknesses, and so you do this by reflecting on your work and how it impacts your self-management and teamwork. You can also set specific goals. So this is, what do you want to achieve in terms of improving your learning and team management skills? So you have to be very specific and clear about your goals, and then identify your actions. So you have to identify concrete actions for self-management and team management. These are actions you will take to achieve these goals. Okay, specific goals and actual actions that you'll take to reach those goals. And then it's good practice to set deadlines for your goals. So when will you specifically achieve that goal, or when do you plan to achieve that goal? So for example, you have an assignment to submit. You're not going to wait until the day of the actual assignment deadline is to submit it. It's good practice to be prepared and have an action plan for yourself. So give yourself some time for feedback and evaluation. Okay, so don't always just follow the time that was given to you. You can set your own time and deadlines and can track your progress. And finally, obviously, if you have set deadlines, you evaluate and reflect on your plan. Was it good? Was it enough? Do I need to add anything else? Do I need to make any adjustments, make any improvements? And also, this will allow you to have more preparation for things if things don't go as well as you anticipated. Okay, so here we have a task. Create a personal action plan using the above steps and identify one self-management goal and one team management goal. Then describe concrete actions you will take to reach these goals and set deadlines for each. Okay, only 2 goals. So one self-management goal and one team management goal. So it could be, if you don't have an actual team that you're working with right now, this could be something that you anticipate in the future or imagine it. Okay. So here we have the recap. The key takeaways of this lesson are: knowing your learning style will improve your self-management as well as team management. Understanding your team members' learning styles will help you better collaborate with your team. And then also creating and implementing a personal action plan for ongoing development. Okay, so if we recap the types of learners: the visual learners and auditory, reading and writing, and kinesthetic. So each person will have their own preferred way of doing their learning, and they have their learning styles. But remember that we can overlap. Not everyone is always set and defined by what they prefer. So if you're a visual learner who always likes to do diagrams and mind maps and taking your notes in a structured way, a visually pleasing way, doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to podcasts or you shouldn't do physical activities, or you shouldn't read or write. Yeah, so you can use a variety of ways, but you can also have your own preferences. And then knowing yourself and others, especially people in your immediate circle, your teammates, your classmates, your seminar groups. This will help you understand them better and you can work with them better. So one day, if you're a visual learner and you know someone else who's a visual learner and you need specific help with a certain area, it's good to keep in contact with them and find out how they can help you with your learning. So same goes with other types of learners as well. Other students might give you advice, tell you about, oh, this is a different way of doing your lecture notes. Have you ever tried listening to them? Have you ever tried making voice notes of yourself? Transcribing actual recorded lectures for people who like to read and write. So, and then maybe summarizing those transcripts. Okay, so we can have different ways of learning and also collaborate with others, because this is a journey that we're all going through at the same time. And it's good practice to be communicative and collaborative and enjoy your learning as well. Okay, so we have a task, a homework assignment. Okay, it's a reflection, because we learned about different learning styles, and also creating a personal action plan. So in your daily diary, you have to write a brief reflection, about 150 words, on your learning style and how you apply this knowledge to improve your studies, your study habits, and team collaboration. So a summary on a reflection on your learning style and how you can apply this to improve your own studies as well as in a team. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this, and remember you can do a quiz on VARK, VARK questionnaire or quiz online to find out about your own learning style. So yeah, thank you.